Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to this week's episode of Tuesday Preppers, where we take a look at the in-game news for FFBE and look at the trials and content that's coming out this week, and then talk about some killers and things that you can go after right now in the game to get some things that are available to help you get ready for those events. And this week we have three pieces of content that we're going to talk about, and we need a grand total of 5 types of killers technically for this event. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to get started here with this first thing on here, intercepting the Invincible. This is a raid event against a machine enemy. So you can see that the Invincible there, it's a machine. It actually is interesting. It has no weaknesses and no resistances. So you can bring whatever team you want, whatever element you want, and it's vulnerable only to attack and magic, which is pretty typical for raids. You know, they don't want you to do too much damage to him, although if you can't hit the damage cap on a raid, you maybe have just started playing this week. So it's not usually going to be too hard, but you do want to prepare with some machine killer. Of course, we'll be doing like raid summons and getting coins and stuff like that. And then we can farm up this gun, which is the Zero Pulsar. 180 attack, 230. Also gives killers on an item. So it gives Beast and Demon Killer 50%, so that's pretty nice. Considering it's a farmable, craftable, upgradable weapon that you get for this event, and 230 for a starter weapon is incredible magic, so definitely pick that up. There you go. It's a raid. Not much too much to say about raids. Just load up on some machine killer, which is convenient because the next piece of content is also machine killer. So if you look at it, the MAGITEK test run, this is where we're going to be fighting this enshadowed guardian in the back. You can kind of see it. It's kind of this green blob, and getting fragments and upgrade materials for Reagan Dark Lineage. It's a machine enemy as well. It resists lightning and dark at 50%, so you want to bring something other than lightning and dark. Not too bad. You know, we can bring all kinds of stuff here, but you can be farming up the material to upgrade Reagan. Now Reagan is an attacker, and he may be able to help you with the current Dark Rain fight if you have not beaten that yet for one reason or another, just because he is able to go to that event. And he's got a 205 attack sword. He's got a killer materia, which is demons, and also gives you 50% true dual wield. And then he's just got some stuff here. So, he's potentially going to be useful to you, and he's going to be a free unit. So maybe we'll be showing him in some clears eventually to help out. And there you go. He's also we get bonus drops for bringing him to the event. So that's kind of nice. You definitely want to do that. We can only bring MAGITEK test run is only available to JP anniversary units anyway, which he's one of them. So basically take your current event team and just keep on running it with this event and try and knock this out. Machine enemy though, not too bad. The current event that's that's going on right now is actually machine enemies too. So we don't even really need to change our gear. There you go. But the other one here, Shadows of the Dragon King and War Goddess, this is going to be a little more tricky. So I know I said we need 5 killers this week, and Machine's one of them. The other 4 are Demon, Human, Dragon, and Reaper. So the Vision of Bahamut and Ashura is a Dragon, Human, Demon, Reaper enemy, which is a lot of killers to try and gear for and prepare for. And you can only bring ice units to this, but it does only have ice resistance, ice weakness, so you want to bring ice units anyway. And you can use all the breaks you want. Now, doing this is also going to get you silver crowns for Rain and Fina, which is useful because they get some upgrades this week as well. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that now. Here we go. They get a leader skill. They also get, Journey to Protect the World Awakened all the way up to +3, which is attack 2500, LB gauge fill rate 100%, changes the effects of their LB, also boosts HP, defense, and attack, fire and earth resistance. So it is a nice little upgrade. It's only one skill, but it upgrades quite a bit for them. They also do get Warring Spirit now, attack and magic 500 at EX3, chain mastery, and then they also get some upgrades to a couple of their abilities. Pretty nice. Maybe not the best unit in the game, but if you've got them laying around, I like to use upgrades for free units all the time. So I'm excited about it. I've got them at EX2, so I'll have Warring Spirit on them at least, and maybe we can start using them on some stuff as well. Always nice to have more options. In terms of the event though, and like ice units that maybe you want to bring, Fravia could be a really nice ice unit you could take. If you happen to have Ayaka, pretty nice ice unit you could take. There are some new units that are ice units that are getting leader skills. So if you look in the leader skill updates, Regina, Edgar, Axstar and Cleome, Summoner Rydia are all getting, ice upgrades for leader skills. And then also Solitary Patron Snow and Triumphant General Celeste are also getting the Defense and Spirit ice upgrade, a leader skill. So lots of options. You probably want this one of these. So like Ultimate Regina, probably the best pick of the 4 for what we're doing, on this particular event. But there you go. Ice units only. I think that'll be kind of limiting, but also kind of fun to bring out some, a wider range of units rather than just JP Anniversary for Reigns Crowns, which has been kind of a challenge for a handful of folks. So pretty cool. We are also, getting another chapter of Dark Lineage. So we'll find out more about the Dark Lineage story and, get some Lapis and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Dark Lineage has been enjoyable so far. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what we get. We're also getting a couple of units this week that I have not spoken to anyone yet who is actually interested in pulling on, just because Lastwell's leader skill is kind of weird. There's a couple step ups for them, and he shares a banner with Roka, which is kind of interesting. But he does have a nice STMR, potentially good for lots of units. And his leader skill is right down here. It was in here somewhere. Attack, defense, magic, and spirit 300% for ice or JP anniversary units. So, 300 is definitely lower than 500. So if you're looking at Deosis and looking then at this one and going, why is that like that? Well, there you go. Deosis is better. And he is premium. So this is our 3rd week in a row of premium units. We had Ibarra. Now we've got Deosis. Now we've got Lastwell. So the premium train just keeps on going. Yeah, fun stuff, right? Let's talk a little bit about the killers that we need. I know we mentioned, Demon, Human, Dragon, Reaper, and Machine. And there's more Machine than anything going on this week. So we're going to focus on Machine. And that's right here. So the Machine Killer ones, you could go after Doulahan, which we have done a number of times for Machine Eater Ascents. You can also get Machine Killer and Machine Killer Plus and the recipe for Machine Killer Plus from going after the War Machine, the Death Machine. I have never done that in a video before, or even on stream before. So we're going to go after that tonight to just show off some new units that you could potentially make that very useful for. You can see them on the screen right now. And take out the Death Machine. But you could also grab Mechanic for the Royal Family from Cindy for 100% Machine Killer, Valued Memories from Irvin, Last Guardian from Noel. Lots of little pickups. If you happen to have A2, 2B, their TMRs and equipment and stuff is very good for Machine Killer. But we're going to be going after, the recipe for Machine Killer Plus to kind of farm up and make our own. We're also going to get Insect Eater Sense from Death Machine, so that's pretty cool. As far as humans and demons go, we talked humans and demons last week and the week before because of Clash of Wills. So there's lots of stuff there on the screen. I'm not even going to dig into them, but of course, Man-Eater Sense and Man-Eater Sense are the best ones. Mask of Ashura also very good. Same is definitely true for Demon. Crucifying Coercion, Demon Eater Sense, Mask of Ashura, Demon Killer Plus from Belphegor, which we did last week. Lots of stuff there. Dragon and Reaper are pretty common, but there are definitely some limitations there. Reapers, there's a lot less than Dragon and Demon for sure, but you can go after Doulahan again for Demon Killer Plus, as well as the recipes. Reaper Eater Sense from Stroper, who is extremely easy, and then a handful of other things as well for Reaper. And then Dragon, I've kind of got broken down into 2 categories because it's a big list. But Dragon Killer Plus from the Trial of the Dragon King, Dragon Killer Plus Recipe from Eternal Summit, Dragon Eater Sense from Octomammoth are going to be the big pickups for both physical type and magical type. Those are the easiest ones to grab. Dark Lord from Scorn of the Sworn 8's a great sword with Dragon Killer on it as well. Last Guardian again from Noel, so this is good for machines and dragons. Potentially a good one to pick up this week because we do need both of those. So there you go. We're going to, like I said, go after Death Machine. So let's go ahead and get into that now. We'll go to the Vortex. It's in the Nemesis and then 12 types. And Death Machine is right here. And at the hardest difficulty, it's difficulty 460. You have to complete the quest to get Machine Killer Plus, defeat it within 15 turns to get Insect Eater Sense. This is a nice one to pick up if you have not already. And then, Party of 5 from STMR Moogles, no items for a ticket. If you want, you could also do the lower level difficulty to get the recipe for Machine Killer Plus, some exchange tickets and stuff like that, as well as just a spare copy of Machine Killer. What we're going to do for this clear will work for both the lower level difficulty and the higher level difficulty. So there you go. We're going to do the higher level difficulty though. And our aim is to do this in 3 turns, which is pretty fun. So here you go. We're going to go ahead and click on next. We're going to skip taking a friend, and we're going to take a party of 5. So we've got a couple different things. I'll go ahead and show the gear before we get into the video. The clear, let's see here. Gear, there we go. So we're going to start with Abigail. This boss does not do any elemental attacks, so her resistances don't really matter that much. Instead, you just want to focus on as much bulk as you can. Defense, spirit, HP. It does a lot of fixed damage, but it also does some magic and some physical damage too. So just, we're going to be relying a lot on Abigail's mitigations, mainly to keep us safe. She's going to handle this like a champ. So yeah, there you go. Got her kind of geared like that. She's technically got full evasion. She's wearing the Charlotte Vision card that came with her step up. There you go. Abigail's going to tear it up. We've also got Blade of Vengeance Ibarra, so I'm really excited to bring her to something since I've got her now. And she's going to be doing quite a bit of damage for us. And she's mainly just going to be staying in the base form here. Which is totally fine. So here's how she's set up. Clash of Will stuff, her own TMR and STMR, Lynx hat for LB damage, Killer, chain speed, hateful. We've got Olive's Vision card for more Killer. And she is set as the leader of the party so that she can activate her leader skill to give her all that magic. There you go. Sakura does not really matter, but if you cannot do this on turn 3 like we're going to, then you need to have a source of guts on her. Otherwise, just give her like Esper Fill and magic and whatever. She's not really going to be doing any damage, but she does need to have a source of guts to kind of survive turn 4 or turn 3 if you do not kill the boss on turn 3. Honestly, her gear does not matter. Kaito is going to be spending the fight in both forms. And I just kind of got him geared with all of my leftover stuff. He's got Machine Killer very easily, chain cap up. Actually, does not have chain cap up, but LB damage, true double hand, whatever. We could honestly take off something and give him chain cap up pretty easily if we have a spare something or other that has it. But he's not really contributing that much to damage, so I'm not too worried about him. On the other hand, he's geared the same in both forms. There you go. Knights of Grand Shelt Vision card, why not? Okay. On the other hand, 2B is here to do quite a bit of damage for us. She's going to be our damage carry, actually, geared like so. And she's got Indestructible Light and Chain Speed and all the relevant stuff in both forms. Just kind of geared the same. Machine Killer, LB damage, True Double Hand. There you go. And she's got both forms, like I said, geared the exact same. Her own Vision card to proc her Trust ability. And there you go. So we're going to go ahead and dive into this clear and knock this out in about 3 turns. Get rid of that. Put the actions on the screen so you can see what we're doing. And I will just kind of walk you through it. So we're going to start with our Sage of Thunder Sakura. And we're going to do Elemental Power on Ibarra, True Thunderstone for everybody else to have imbue, and then we're going to use Burst. Burst is going to imperil everybody, and then this is going to also give Ibarra a big power up on the last turn. Okay. We got our Esper filled up, so now we're good to do that on turn 2. Ibarra on this turn is going to... she's going to use Wish of Vengeance for an LB damage buff for everybody, and then Malicious Flash 2 times. To go along with that, 2B is going to use Charge Bolt, and then True Charge Spear 2 times, which is going to chain with Ibarra, and Kaito is going to use Receding Tide for Machine Killer. and then Tranquil Flow, which is going to chain with everybody. So there you have it. And we're just going to chain all 3 of them together. Doesn't really matter who goes first. But our aim is to do about, almost a third of their health. Actually about a quarter of their health, which is pretty good. We're in pretty good shape there. Now, Abigail's going to handle all the damage for us. So she's going to start by using her contingency plan, phase 1. And then she's going to just break all the enemies with her anti-magic and anti-physical. And she's going to be our main breaker for this fight. And we will take relatively little damage here. There we go. Except for whoever gets hit with that fixed attack. In this case, it was Sakura, and she kind of got smoked. But, she had guts, so that's a good thing. She's fine. Kind of funny. That has not happened in all the times that I tried this tonight, so there you go. Random. Ibarra is going to now do Malicious Flash. We're going to do... Yes. Malicious Flash 3 times. And then we're going to do the base form LB of Kaito and the shift form LB of 2B. Now, we're going to start by doing the Ramu field. I happen to have my Sakura upgraded, so it's enemy side only, and so we've got a nice imperil. And we're gonna start the chain with 2B, and then Kaito, and then Ibarra. That's gonna put the weapon imperils in place on the searchers, and we're gonna do more damage that way. So just gonna chain it up. And there we go. Kaito, technically does pretty good damage against machines, but he's not the main carry. You'll see at the end. Abigail, now we need to fill some LB gauge as much as we can. She's going to use her Omni cover on this turn to make sure that all the damage is covered coming in. And then she's going to just cast Bar Firaja twice, which is going to fill LB gauges for everybody else. There we go. And now we're pretty much set. Okay. Now, we do still need a little bit of LB fill for 2B. So we're just going to, with Abigail, do that same thing. We're just going to use Bar Firaja 3 times. There we go. We're totally full. Sakura is going to shift and use her shifted LB. There we go. Her nice amplifies for everybody else who does not have the 100% like Ibarra does. And then we're just going to chain the boss down. Ibarra is going to go first because that's going to put the really big katana in peril. And then Kaito is going to shift and use his LB as well. And then 2B is going to shift down and use hers. And she's going to be our main damage, and she's going to go last. So we're going to kind of go like Ibarra, Kaito, 2B. And hopefully chain this up nicely, and the boss should just totally melt. Three turns, really pretty safe. I know it's not the fastest clear you can do, but, still kind of a nice clear. And the first one we've ever recorded for this channel. Take a quick look at the damage breakdown here. And, yeah, 2B, tearing it up. But Ibarra is, also doing really, really well, considering she's not really intended to be good at fighting machines, and she's not using her main element, so there you go. But there you go, and Kaito is helping out a little bit. Kind of cool. That's really it. So, hopefully that helps you to kind of get ready for some of the content that's coming up this week, and you're excited about it. And we're going to be going through that new content live on Twitch 9 o'clock on Thursday. That way we can have some fun together and be a part of a fun little community of folks who are playing the best single player game that you can play as a multiplayer in a community possible. At least I say that a lot. It's a fun game that I play by myself with other people. But yeah, we'll see you guys on Thursday, and hopefully you are ready to go with all the different types of killers now that are coming out this week, because that's what we do in this video. In the meantime, take care, be good to each other, and we will see you in the next video.